Salam alaikum. Dear ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the invitation to this conference and the opportunity to present the system of program accreditation in Germany. My name is Susanne Shtaimer and I'm a sales management professor at the University of Applied Management Studies in Mannheim. Mannheim is a nice city near to Heidelberg or near to Frankfurt. I hope you have the possibility to visit our nice area and to visit the Heidelberg Castle, for example. It's very near to our university. We have also a big management university in Mannheim also, so we are a real university city. And our university is a small state-recognized university, and we offer study programs in management and business psychology in German and also all in English language. So, I'm sure you know these cars. Who has such a car? Mercedes? Yes. No one has a Mercedes here? No. And what makes these cars so successful? Besides the great design and the well-trained employees, it's the understanding of quality that distinguishes the German automotive industry. An understanding of quality that is based, among other things, on continuously improving the process and the product quality. And another special feature in Germany, all cars in Germany have to go regularly to the TÜV, or also called the main inspection. I'm not really sure if you have the same system in your country. And like the main inspection, I think every 4 years you have to go with your car to the main inspection. Program accreditation of study programs, which I would actually like to talk about, is also a kind of main inspection. It's a kind of a possibility of external quality assurance. And that's the reason why I show you this picture. Quality assurance is one of the key instruments for the realization of the European higher education area. Comparable criteria, methods and standards are the basis for the recognition of degrees and for the promotion of transnational mobility for students. Here, the standards and guidelines for quality assurance in the European higher education, ESG, have set these standards. The ESG were adopted by the ministers responsible for higher education at the Bologna follow-up conference in Bergen in May 2005 and updated in the course of the follow-up conference in Yerevan in 2015. They form the reference framework for internal and external quality assurance and for quality assurance agencies in the European higher education area, and are also the basis for the criteria on procedural rules for accreditation of study programs and internal quality management systems in universities by the Accreditation Council. The German Accreditation Council has a legal form of a foundation of public law. It was originally set up by the North Rhine-Westphalian law established in 2005. The tasks of the foundation are laid down in the Interstate Treaty on the Organization of a Joint Accreditation System to ensure the quality of teaching and learning at German higher education institutions. We say Interstate Study Accreditation Treaty. which was agreed upon the 16 states in Germany in 2017. As a major innovation in 2018, the Accreditation Council as a central decision-making body of the Foundation was given the task of deciding on the accreditation of study programs and the accreditation of quality management systems on the basis of experts' reports. The Accreditation Council Act, together with the Interstate Study Accreditation Treaty, forms the legal framework of the accreditation system in Germany. In the Act, the tasks, responsibilities and powers of the central actors in the accreditation system are bindingly defined. Next. The subject of program accreditation are all bachelor and master's programs offered by all state or state-recognized universities in Germany. So, the successful accreditation is a prerequisite for the state recognition of the study program. Without such accreditation, we are not allowed to award bachelor's or master's degrees in Germany. If a study program has successfully undergone an accreditation procedure, it receives a limited accreditation with or without conditions and bears the Accreditation Council's seal of quality for the period of its accreditation. You see it here on the left side. And here on the right side, you see the website of the Hochschulkompass, we call it. And the Hochschulkompass is a database which contains all state-recognized study programs. Mr. Nagel, you remember in the morning we sit together in a bus and I took my smartphone, my mobile phone, and we looked together after a comparable master program for him, and we found a very good program only looking at this Hochschulkompass. Yeah, in 5 minutes we found the best program that fits well your needs, I think. So, the accreditation procedure is a multi-stage process based on the principle of peer review. So this maybe could be a little bit different to your presented procedures we've seen in the morning. If a higher education institution commissions an agency, so we need also an agency, approved by the Accreditation Council to carry out an assessment procedure, the agency in question appoints a review panel whose composition reflects both the subject matter and a specific profile of the study program. The review panel, also as some specific, includes representatives of all relevant interest groups, namely at least 2 subject-related professors, but not from their own university, from another university, 1 subject-related representative with professional experience from a company, and 1 subject-related student, also from another university, not from the own university. Here you will find a list of all currently recognized agencies in Germany. We have only these, and these are private organizations, but they are recognized or approved that they can work as an agency in this program accreditation procedure. I myself, for example, regularly work for the FIBA as an assessor. So 2 or 3 times in the year I go to another university and like a part of the review panel. So, next please. Yeah, in the second step, so the first step we have to approve an agency, and in the second step we have the university prepares a so-called self-report. The self-report describes the content and objectives of a study program. The criteria for the self-report are laid down in Part 3 of the Specimen Decree, a resolution of the Standing Conference of the Ministers of Education and Cultural Affairs of the Länder in Germany. Formal criteria and academic criteria are defined and described in this self-report. You remember in the morning the criteria of the Jordan system? It's, I think, similar, the same. Next slide. Here you see the 8 formal criteria. The Specimen Decree describes each of these 8 criteria in detail. For example, number 1 describes the standard period of the program, which means 6, 7 or 8 semesters for bachelor degrees, or 2, 3 or 4 semesters for master degrees. Here on this slide you find the academic criteria for study programs and also for the quality management system. So you see, it's not enough to have a good study program. You need also a quality management system in your university to get these kind of program accreditation. For example, here number 1 defines the qualification goals and the intended learning outcomes. They have to be clearly formulated. And for example, number 7, the university should also have a quality management system with clear objectives, processes and methods. And the quality management system should follow the values and standards of the general principles for teaching and aims to continuously improve the quality of studies. You remember the beginning? Just like the automotive industry, the Mercedes car, it is necessary for university to establish and continuously develop a quality management system to reach a high standard in their study programs. In the 3rd step, we need a site visit also. So the academic assessment of the study program by the review panel is based on the analysis of the application document, you remember, the self-report, and usually includes a site visit at the university. In course of this site visit, the review panel speaks with representatives of the university. You see here the representatives, the management team, the head of the study program, a selection of teachers, students and graduates, and also members of the administration and quality management team. And on the left side, you see a typical schedule of this site visit. And you see, usually such a site visit lasts a whole day. So we come to the 4th and the 5th step. The agency and the review panel prepare an audit report based on the self-report and based on the site visit. The university can take the position and correct the report if necessary. In the last step, the report is submitted to the Accreditation Council, and the Accreditation Council decides on the accreditation of the study program. If the Accreditation Council intends to deviate significantly from the expert's recommendation, the higher education institution is given the opportunity to comment before the Accreditation Council decision. Positive accreditation decision, after that, the study program will bear the Accreditation Council quality seal. You remember the sign on the left side. And next special thing in Germany, the Accreditation Council publishes all decisions and the expert report in a central database of accredited study programs called ELIAS. So, if you get the accreditation, you have a limited period of 8 years where you have this accreditation, and after 8 years, the expert group came back and made all the 4 and 5 steps again. So every 8 years, you need a new accreditation process. Next. So, this is a screenshot of the ELIAS database, and everyone who is interested can have a look inside. You also, but it's in German, I'm sorry, and you can have a look of all the reports of the accreditation. So it's a very good kind of transparency about our programs in Germany. You remember, I understand that your reports are treated confidentially. I think this is a little bit under another way we are treating this in Germany. We put all the reports here in this database so that everyone can have a look. So, come to the end, and let's have a look at the challenges and the opportunities of these procedures in Germany. We have a lot of challenges, of course. It's not easy to get these accreditation. You need time for preparation and implementation of these processes. I think you should calculate half a year for preparation time. You have to pay for the agency and for the accreditation council also. I think you have to pay 1,000 euros. 10,000, I'm sorry, 10,000 euros for the agency, and I think 2,000 euros for the accreditation council. You have to pay a yearly fee also, so it's not really cheap. Also, this kind of process forces regular evaluations, regular surveys, such as teaching evaluation. In our university, we evaluate every course. So every semester, the students get the chance to say how satisfied they are. You have to do alumni surveys. You have to make stakeholder surveys like the partners you are working with. And we are also doing student satisfaction surveys every year. So, you are forced to do regular evaluations. And you need at least one person in your university who is familiar with all these topics. So in my university, I am this person. And you have to implement a quality management system, of course. But this kind of program accreditation process gives you a lot of opportunities. For your university itself, the peer review process, because external experts came to you and visit you at the site visit, brings external expertise into your program development. It enables you reflection on your own activities. So you are forced to think about what you are doing in your university. And it leads you to a state-of-the-art study program and makes the quality of your programs transparent. Transparent also in the whole university, and transparent also for students and for someone who is interested to study at your university. And these are the opportunities for students and the public. It enables the recognition of study achievements between the universities. You remember, this was a goal of the European ESG standards. It enables mobility within the European area. So in Germany, a student can go to Italy or Spain or France or everywhere he wants, and it's easily to change the university. You get your transcript of records and study for a semester in Italy, come back, and the records are fine. Yeah? They are accepted. This process gives transparency about the offered study programs of the university and in Germany also. And at the end, it promotes trust. in the university. Next slide, please. Yes, I'm at the end. But all these gives you the chance to become a Mercedes among the study program. Thank you very much.